You're running.
I'm rolling.
You're rolling and running.
I'm rolling and running.
Episode 12, Glyn.
Episode
12, which in German, 12.
12.
Which is good because I don't know if it's the same for you, but I started learning German when I was about 12. So for me, I'm always, if I went to Germany, I would always be 12 years old. Ich bin 12 Jahre alt.
Yes. What was it in French? Because I started doing French first.
Douze? Is it douze? Uns, douze, says, cat.
Si, set, huit, deux, nice. Stop there.
We're not going to be big in France, are we?
No.
So yeah, episode 12, Well, Mostly Comedy Podcast. Tonight we have interviews with Hattie Hayridge and Jay Foreman, which is very, very exciting.
Very.
What's also exciting is Glyn's got some new headphones, haven't you?
I've got new headphones.
Yeah.
They're a very popular brand. I won't say it because I don't know if we're allowed to say these on these free podcasts.
No, we don't want to show any sort of affiliation to Sony, so
no,
we won't say
We won't say that name, Sony.
No.
But I did buy some Sony headphones, and they fold up, which is the selling point for me. They fold
The sanding
up.
point.
The sanding point and the selling point for me is that they fold up and they're very basic.
Just put them on for a sec then, just so I can see. I'll do an audio description.
It's of no benefit to anyone.
I'll explain it.
Just listening.
It's all right. I'm very descriptive.
I've got them on.
You hold your head in a very weird way when you're wearing them. Like you're very conscious of them. Yeah, they stick out quite a lot. They're sort of like Gary Lineker. If Gary Lineker's ears were headphones, if Gary Lineker had black ears, he'd look like you right now. Picture that. Picture yourself with Gary Lineker's black ears.
So do you think I could pull off wearing these in public? That's the thing.
You'd have to be in quite a crowded area, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're quite obvious. Yeah.
So I'm not the sort of person who'd walk along the street wearing these headphones.
No, I wouldn't. I really wouldn't, in fact.
Oh, really?
Yeah. How much do they cost?
60 quid.
It's a bit awkward. Anyway, first up, we've got an interview with Jay Foreman. Jay Foreman has featured on our podcast twice, I think, before. Once at the Croft.
Yep.
Once at the Market Theatre.
He wasn't on that long ago. He was on with Sean Hughes, wasn't he?
Yes, this is true.
Yes.
And just to confuse you a little bit, this was actually recorded second, our two interviews, which you'll hear from what we say in a minute. But don't let that affect your enjoyment. Just enjoy it regardless.
Yeah.
I'd say. So, Jay Foreman, how are we doing? Are we running?
We're running.
Well, we're not running.
We've just had a lovely chat just now. I'm worried that we might have exhausted all of our good quality chat.
That was the end of conversation.
Just go very sort of downbeat and serious now, just to see. This is quite exciting. This is after the show now, and we're sat here with Jay Foreman. But both myself and Glyn have glasses of wine. It's like we're kicking back and going.
Yeah. I've never seen you two look more relaxed because every time I see you two, you're always running around getting the show together with a smile in a Kermit the Frog kind of way. But like, got to be on top of things, and it's great to see you two relaxing.
I've practically got my feet in a foot spa. Right?
Yeah,
it's that sort of. But I turned it off because it would just make a very irritating noise. Yeah. I was very tempted to ask Jay the exact same questions we asked him last time because they're probably in my pad, and just you could see if your answers match up.
Well, I remember.
So is this like a test to see if my answers are still the same?
Yeah,
see, my mood is very different now. Last time I remember when I did your podcast last time, it was about 1 a.m. by the time I actually managed to leave.
It was freezing cold, wasn't it?
It was freezing cold. It was 1 a.m, and like I was like sort of slapping myself to stay awake.
Yeah.
So I probably gave some maybe more lucid than usual answers. whereas
tonight
now
we're drinking wine, so that's going to be our approach.
And I can't find the questions. In fact, I have a feeling that last time we didn't get time to write you down questions, so we wung it. Is that correct past term?
Wanged it?
Wung being the past tense of wing.
That's just racist.
You wing now, you wung before, but no, wing, wang, wung. You wang it,
or is it
you have wung it many times before.
Or is it like hanged, which is, it's not hung. You don't say hung.
No, the participle is hung, but the past tense is hang.
Yeah.
So you hang now. You hanged before, but I have hung many times. Swim, swam, hing, hang, hung.
I can't even remember what I was asking you now.
No.
It's gone. What was I going to say?
I can't remember what
you won't even listen,
the original
just
wine.
thinking
I'm
about
just
your
drinking wine.
I can't remember.
I'm quite jealous because I've got to drive home in my motor car.
Actually, we'd like to point out at this stage we did offer Jay a drink because he's a very sensible driver.
We're not just teasing him with wine, are we?
No. Oh,
not just teasing.
Not just
we're teasing him many other things. So, what have you been up to since we last saw you? Because it must be.
It wasn't that long ago. It was when we had Sean as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, Sean Hughes. Because I remember you sat in on most of the interviews.
It was however long ago that was. Yeah. That's how long it's been.
Was it before Christmas?
It's definitely before Christmas.
Oh no, it was October or November.
Wherever it was a cold time. And since then, what have I done? I've been writing lots more children's material because the next big thing I'm doing is I'm doing a children's show.
Yeah, I clocked that the other day.
Did someone clock to you at the end? Did I hear someone say, "Are you seriously doing a children's show?"
They don't believe me almost. No. I did. Well, this is my 9th year at the Fringe,
right.
But it's my first time doing a children's show. Now I've done lots of kids shows in London. I've done Comedy Club for Kids and lots of other great children's shows, but never for more than 20 minutes. This is the first time I've basically been in a loco parentis situation with a room full of children.
Wow.
So the challenge is to try and write material that's... I mean, the problem is not doing material that doesn't have swearing and sex and drugs and stuff. The trouble is making it something that doesn't include any references to things, because children... They're very clever, and they've got a really sick sense of humour, but what they don't have that grown-ups have is a knowledge of 80s and 90s TV pop culture references.
Which is you and us. Fuck.
Yeah.
That's all we've got.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm looking forward to the challenge. It's going to be a challenge. I'm looking forward to it.
Is it going to be a journey?
It's going to be a journey, yeah. It's going to be a challenge.
Is that the only show you're doing up there this year? I don't know,
Yes,
it sounds
this year.
like a negative.
Is that it?
What are you bloody doing?
Well, I'm busy doing things other than my Edinburgh show. I'm currently working on a third episode of Unfinished London, which was the documentary series that we did now 3 years ago.
You know, I've actually... It's not sad. It's a positive thing. I've actually watched it about 3 times, I think, that
About three.
About 3. Well, you know, it's one of those ones where I think there was a couple of times... Or one time where I'd watched it and I hadn't finished watching it all the way through, but I have.
It's very long.
It's very long. It's very long. But it really, I find that sort of stuff really interesting, and I like the kind of added humour element to it as well. But with actual kind of quite honest, obviously, there's a lot of fact in it, isn't there as well? It's all fact.
Should I possibly explain if anyone doesn't know?
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
What it is, Unfinished London is a series I've been working on, a little series of YouTube documentaries, and they are documentaries about, now this sounds very boring, documentaries about unfinished transport infrastructure in London. So
Please
we did
don't switch off at this point.
Episode 1 was about the Northern Line, and episode 2 was about the motorways that they didn't build. And it sounds boring, and indeed it is boring, but therein lies the challenge in making it interesting. So me and my friend Paul, who writes and directs and makes it with me, we set ourselves the challenge of making it like a comedy. And to make it like a YouTube video when people could just click on another tab any second. So you've got to keep them interested, fill it with weird jokes and surreal jokes. And people seem to like it. So we've finally got our asses together. Is that a phrase, to get one's arse together?
When you get them together,
you get your asses...
You get your act together.
Act together, arse in gear. You can't get your asses together. Well, you can get your asses together, but it doesn't make you work better.
I'm not really sure you can get your asses in gear. What does that even mean? Arses don't have
Who
gears,
coined
so
arse in gear? Look, the point is we finally started working on episode 3. That's what I've been spending some of my time doing this year. It should be online, hopefully, by the end of May. So who knows? By the time this podcast gets out, it might be online.
How exciting.
I see that as a race now.
One of us is going to have to finish first.
Which has that been commissioned by someone to do, or is it just something that you sort of have an interest in?
We're doing it off our own backs. We've had a lot of people ask to see it. It's for the fans, really. Well, I know the real reason we're doing it is because we want to prove what we can do, and then send it to important people and say this is the sort of thing that we could do if you gave us money, because isn't that why we do everything ultimately. But the main reason is because it's fun, because it's a story we want to tell. It's a journey. It's a challenge.
So what's this one about? Is this...
Aeroplanes.
Oh, aeroplanes.
This one's about aeroplanes.
In what sense? What?
Well, do you know the history of all 6 of London's airports? And do you know why it is that all other big cities around the world have one huge airport, and yet London has 6 inconveniently small ones?
Yes.
And why are they in such unusual places?
And why you then put London at the beginning of them when they're nowhere near London?
Like
London Luton or
that
London
is one.
Gatwick,
there's a very specific reason, and we address that. And I don't want to spoil it now. If you want to find people who live near Hitchin, people who live in Beds, Herts and Bucks, stay tuned and watch Unfinished London episode 3, because we discuss Luton and how it got away with its sneaky rebranding trick.
Do you know what? I actually I didn't quote because I couldn't remember the detail, but I was talking about one of your episodes to my wife the other day, because we were driving around the M25 and she said, how long, what did she say? How long would it take? Where does this finish? And I said, well, it doesn't. It just runs around in a circle. I said, but actually it doesn't.
Unfamiliar with the concept of the M25?
Yeah,
well,
the circular road.
She was, and I'm probably making her sound a bit stupid now by telling you this. But no, she's, and I said, well, actually, it does go all the way around, but I don't think it does. I think there's some bits where they didn't quite finish what they were doing, and there are bits that sort of...
There is an official answer.
Yeah. I couldn't remember the detail, but I was sort of thinking about your episode.
When it goes over the Dartford crossing, when it goes from junction 33 back to junction 1, it temporarily turns into the A282.
Yes.
Allowing non-motorway traffic from Kent to pass into the North London.
So there's your answer.
There is a boring, but
it's true.
In the documentary, we didn't discuss that because that's genuinely boring. But there's other stuff.
But wasn't there something about that? Because I'm sure I remember.
Oh yeah, there's a bit where like the motorway sort of fans out and splits in two, and then for no reason at all goes back together again, leaving this big grassy knoll in the middle of the M25. And the reason that's there is because it was going to be another road that they didn't build, but there is evidence for elsewhere. It sounds boring, but it's
very interesting.
We've tried to make it interesting in the film.
They sort of missed a trick. They could have made it a spiral, just going inwards.
That would have been
better.
Until you get eventually to the centre of London.
Yeah, which would be...
That's kind of what driving to the centre of London is like.
Yeah, it's true.
Zing!
Yeah. Didn't they use... I might be wrong about this. In Withnell and I... Didn't they film on the M25 before it opened?
No, they filmed on the...
It was a stretch of road, wasn't it?
They closed a tiny bit of the M1 just for very early in the morning.
Yeah.
Why do I know this? But there you go.
Yeah, just a little bit of...
I didn't think I was I didn't think I'd be coming on your podcast to talk about roads and stuff. No, but here we are.
Specifically Withnell and I.
But you do it so well, so we wanted to sort of test your knowledge on...
I've got to be good at something.
How does it feel to be going up to Edinburgh doing a kids show? Is that a nice new challenge for you, would you say?
Yeah, it's exciting because I'm not used to it being in a room full of children. There's two challenges. First of all, there's the writing is very different from usual for reasons discussed, but I think the bigger challenge is going to be taking care of the children.
Are you CRB checked?
Yes.
I am CRB checked. I genuinely am. I've got a big purple certificate and everything.
Excellent. Purple?
Yeah.
They are purple. I've got
It's not called CRB anymore. It's
it's disclosure.
It's got letters in it now. Other letters.
What does the enhanced one mean?
It means I'm...
It means you're extra safe.
Yeah. I have no idea. It is. It's an enhanced CRB check that I have. Yeah.
It's exciting.
I don't know what that means.
No.
But whereabouts are you doing the show?
It's in the Pleasance courtyard, in the inflatable igloo in the kids' zone.
Because that's where you were last year, wasn't
That is where I was last year. In fact, funnily enough, one of the reasons that I thought of doing a kid show this year is because a lot of the reviews and a lot of the people that came to my show said, do you know, if it weren't for the smattering of swearing here and there, it would have been a really good kid show. It's in the kids' zone after all, just happens to be 3 hours too late.
That's the downside of being in the kids' zone, I suppose, is that you end up people going, is this a kids show? Because it's in a big...
Well, I was kind of asking for it because my songs are a bit childlike anyway, and there's a bit in my show last year where the room changes colour during one of the songs, and it did feel like a kid's show, and I thought, okay, fine, you want a kid? Fuck you, I'll do a kid's show then. Yeah. And so I'm going back to the same place, but it's earlier. I'm 4:45 in the Pleasance Courtyard. Okay. And it's for children and massive children, by which I mean grown-ups.
And this time you'll probably have a review saying, if only there was a smattering of swearing.
It could be great for adults,
Never bloody happy. No. Well, the jokes are aimed not just at the children, because as you know, a children's show at the Fringe, you don't drop your kids off at the show. You go with them. You know, it's like Sesame Street. The jokes are for the grown-ups. And so I want to try and put some jokes in there that only the grown-ups will spot or understand. But of course, I'm supposed to entertain the children. Otherwise, people won't recommend the show, or the kids won't enjoy it. So there'll be something for everyone. I'm marketing it as a show for kids and grown-ups, children and massive children.
Okay, excellent.
Sounds good.
And have you got anything else in the pipeline? What next for you?
Next?
After that?
So many things already. I don't know.
I don't know.
So I want more. I want to be doing more.
After the Fringe, I turned 30, so I better start thinking about getting a proper job.
Well, it was our collective birthday yesterday. We share the same.
Oh, yeah. Of course you do.
Yeah.
I was 33.
Oh wait, the 14th of May.
Yes,
that's that's the same birthday as my brother.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, my brother, you may know, is Beardy Man.
Yeah.
The musician extraordinaire, and he has the same birthday as both of you.
Oh, and also Ben van der Velde.
And is he the 14th as well?
Yeah, he's 14th.
And also Bethan Gorman.
Oh, okay.
She is a TV producer in comedy and is married to TV's Dave Gorman.
Oh, really?
Okay. All of these people have birthdays on the 14th of May.
Eric Morecambe.
Yeah. That's a good one.
And Frank Sinatra died on it.
Not
so there we go. Not so good.
End on a downer.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was 33 yesterday.
I was 32, so not quite as bad.
So you are the... No, hang on. I've suddenly realised I'm a terrible brother. I can't remember whether my brother is 32 or 33. He's 32.
I'm exact same age.
So you're exact same age. What time of day were you born?
I think it was in the evening. From what am I? Yeah.
Do you know
what was on telly? Do you remember?
You'd remember that because you'd been.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I had my own national insurance card, and I was working already. I was down the mines.
Down the mines.
Yeah.
This was a different and better time.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's sort of weird as well because you think, at what point would it have been acceptable for us to hang around together? Because I suppose we're only a year apart.
Yeah.
When we were much younger, at what point would I not need a CRB?
Do you remember the first time someone from the year below came to a party? It's a really big deal. And then the older you get, the less it matters.
Well, yeah.
But when you're in, let's say you're in year 6, and then, you're supposed to hang out and socialise with someone from year 5.
Yeah. There's the thing as well, people who were born in the 90s are adults.
Oh, God.
I know.
Do you know the other frightening? I mean, this has been fashionable for years, talking about how we're living in the future. I indeed had a show on this subject, but what's really scary is we're very soon going to have some salient adults. Sentient.
Yeah.
What does salient mean?
Salient means it's oh, hang on.
What does it mean?
Isn't it salient? Isn't it a very clear argument? Isn't it?
Yeah.
Or maybe I do mean salient adults. I was going to say sentient. Well, what I mean is very, very soon there will be people born in the year 2000 who will be old enough to, have opinions. And, in 2018, which is really not that far away, the millennium babies will be voting.
And isn't that thing as well, I think with the turn of the millennium and that first 10 years, because of the naught and stuff, you sort of lose a decade, I think, in your mind. Because if you go from the 10s to the 20s to the 30s...
Yeah, so that first 2000 to 2010
it's sort of
disappeared really quickly.
Yeah, a decade only has a strong identity. For a decade to have a strong identity, 2 things need to happen. First of all, enough time needs to have passed that we know what was in fashion and what is no longer in fashion. So, the 90s is finding its own identity now, and, you get very strong 90s themed nights. And, The other thing the second thing, is it needs a catchy name. And the trouble with the teens and the noughties is no one can quite agree if that's the word for them. No. We won't have a good, strong, identifiable decade until the 20s. And I don't plan to live that long.
No, but really, you've got to But don't you find that we're in a strange place now, because we are probably the first generations to have a very clear image in our mind of what the 60s and the 70s and the 50s and the 40s or whatever were, but then we're going to live into the next ones, hopefully. Maybe not you.
The next 60s.
So when we get to the 20s, we're, thanks to the media and thanks to photography and all those things, we can have a very clear visual image of what the 20s were, and yet we're living in another 20s.
I'm really jealous of future generations that get to look back on us now with, it's in colour, it's in 3D. Like, for example, Google Street View has just started a nostalgia button. But it can only go back a couple of years. Right. So it's pretty useless now. But, if that is still there in 100 years' time, that is going to be fascinating. Yeah.
Well,
I'm really jealous of people.
So you click on it and it shows you stuff as it was 2 years ago?
Google Street View is currently loads and loads and loads of photos taken by little cars that drive around taking photos of the street.
It's one bloke.
They've done it a couple of times.
One bloke.
He still goes, it's like painting the Forth Bridge. He'll never finish. Yeah. But no, it's now been around for long enough that they've actually done it at least twice in some areas, which means that Google has now introduced a nostalgia button. See how your street looked back in the ancient times of 2009.
And have you ever seen the 3-legged cat, where 2 pictures have been sort of sewn together in a way that there's a cat walking with 3 legs?
There are so many.
2 legs? Whoa.
There are so many glitches in Google Earth, Google Street View. My favourite one is outside the house where my sister used to live in Brighton. There's and I got no idea what she's doing there, a very sinister-looking small toddler. And because of the way the camera makes it look 3D, she looks even smaller than she is. And because of the algorithm that blurs out faces automatically, she looks like a ghost. She's standing on her own, staring at the camera with her lacquer face. It's one of the scariest things in the world.
Maybe she is a ghost. Maybe it is a ghost.
Have a look at Ladysmith Road in Brighton and find she's up the hill. There's a little sinister girl on the north side of the road, Ladysmith Road, Brighton. Have a look for yourselves. And unless they've changed it, but that is the most sinister thing on Google Street View, if she's still there.
Nostalgia button. Just press the nostalgia
button. You'll find her. Yeah.
I'm going to look up this nostalgia button and see.
I think you should. And on that, it's not actually a button on your computer, I presume.
Nostalgia button. Well,
no, you have to. It will be on the screen.
Oh, I see.
What I want to know is what's the protocol or the etiquette for what you do if you see the Google Street View camera drive past you? This is your chance to shine. You have to do something clever, and it has to be a gesture that can be captured.
Yeah, and not censored.
Yeah. So what on earth do you do? You need to think of it now, because when it drives past you at speed, you're not going to have time to think.
Do they go quite fast?
I imagine they go...
I've seen one in Hitchin before.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah.
And can you verify by looking at Street View that was the day you were there?
He was going through Sun Street.
Were you going past it? Were you there?
I was there.
You must have been.
Why are you not on it? You must be on it.
I don't know. I've not looked. I'll have to have a look.
In fact, no, I think
I'll have a look.
Yeah, I think you should.
Sun Street, you say?
No, Bucklesbury. If you search Bucklesbury,
good Bucklesbury, yeah.
Yeah. It's like a sort of modern day Pompeii, isn't it? It's like a perfect sort of recreation of what happened. And I think I'd do a Brucey as sort of like a thinker pose.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's what I'd do.
If we can get everybody to do the same thing so that people in the future will think, why was everyone doing this?
Yeah.
Must have been in 2013, 2014.
Because for some reason they'll have a perfect record of Street View, but no record whatsoever of the huge campaign all over Twitter and Facebook and BBC News saying everyone do a Brucey.
Yeah.
And on that note, I think we should end there. Really.
Should, but
I've got to go
It's been lovely
home.
to talk to you. You've got to go home. We've got to finish the rest of that bottle of wine.
At least it's not 1 o'clock in the morning. That's a good
no,
thing.
normally we finish much, much later, and it's much warmer than last time.
It is.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.
So that was Jay Foreman.
Bloody was and all.
It was.
Bloody was and all. Check out his website. You can buy one of his CDs. I don't think you can download the music from it, but maybe you can.
You
on
can
iTunes.
download. I think on iTunes you can download his music. Always very entertaining having Jay Foreman. I do like talking to Jay Foreman. I could talk to him for quite a long time.
Yeah, and we did.
We did, yeah.
talk, yeah. But we've had him at just about every venue that we've ever played mostly comedy in Hitchin, in Edinburgh and London, and he's sort of been with us through the good and the bad, I think. So he's very familiar with the gig, which is nice.
Yeah.
Before we introduce our next interview, a little bit of a sort of key momentous day yesterday, which I think we referred to in our interview with Jay.
Yeah.
It was our birthday yesterday, wasn't it?
It was indeed 14th of May. That's the place exactly where we are now. 15th of May.
Yeah, right now.
2014.
In fact, technically, early in the morning, the 16th now. It's 1:15 in the morning.
Up. So it's not even yesterday. It's the day before yesterday.
So it's old news
it's old
now.
news now. But yeah, it was our 14th of May joint birthday.
Yep.
David is exactly 1 year older than me.
Yeah, wiser and closer to death as well.
So
just that little bit closer to death.
I'm winning then.
Yeah,
in that
you
case,
are.
in those stakes. But it was our birthday. Very anticlimactic.
It was really. Yeah. Did you do anything for you?
No, I took some cakes into the work.
I think I said some sort of drug then. Took some cocaine.
I took some cocaine. That was the
Got
highlight
briefly
of my day.
mindless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not really. Did you do anything?
No, not really at all. No, I sent some emails about mostly comedy, and no, nothing at all. I watched Diagnosis Murder.
Excellent.
That I'd recorded because it's on 5 USA at the moment. It starts at 5, which is good as well. Same channel, and I record it every day. Second season at the moment.
Really?
Yeah.
How many seasons did they make?
About 9 or 10, possibly more than that.
Really?
Yeah, it ran for about 12, 13 years.
Can I just say, it always looks like, when I've seen it before, it always looks like it was made in the sort of mid-90s.
That's about right. Early ones are late 80s. I'm on the second season, which is... Have you ever... Basically, there's a guy with dark hair in it that's a nurse who gets replaced by a guy with sort of blonde hair that's too big for his head. He looks a bit like... I always think of like Fievel in... Do you remember American Tail?
Yeah.
He looks a bit like the character in that. It's a sort of blonde hair. That's season 3 through to about season 11 or 12.
I remember, was it Chachi from...
No,
he
yeah, the guy, he's the administrator of the hospital. He's in the first 2 seasons.
Oh, okay.
At the end of the second season, there's an accident, there's a bomb goes off, there's some sort of like terrorist thing, and he gets injured in the bomb, and he's quite seriously injured, and then he doesn't come back for the next series. They wrote him out. Yeah, and then briefly after they did a thing called Murder 101, which is a series a few years on. It's got Barry Van Dyke in it, or as me and my girlfriend call him, Barry Van Bike, because it just sort of works. Dick Van Dyke, Barry Van Bike.
Like,
who's his son, who's still supposed to be this sort of single guy, who's like a young guy. He's about 50 at this stage, and he looks 50.
Yeah.
And they're still solving crimes together, but this time they're not father and son, whereas in Diagnosis Murder, they are father and son.
So it's not the same characters.
It's basically the same thing, but Dick Van Dyke hasn't got a tash. Barry Van Dyke is about 60 or something, and it doesn't really work as well. But I enjoy it. It's an easy thing to watch. Yeah, I've stuck with it. I've watched most of them. I bought my girlfriend DVD box sets.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realise it was that big that you could actually buy box sets of it. And
it ran for years in America. Yeah.
Wow.
And now it's on 5 USA. You do the math.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do of an evening. So that's what I did on my 33rd birthday. I watched a pre-recorded episode of Diagnosis Murder that I already own on DVD.
That's good. I watched Nashville, which is my current program that I'm watching. So
Yeah. Which is sort of appropriate because I replaced in Dreamboats and Petticoats the guy who's now in Nashville. He's been in Nashville. He's in episodes, whereas I very briefly did a commercial for Volkswagen in Spain, and that's about as high as my career has ever been.
Wasn't the AA one slightly higher than that? Or...
I suppose so. I went for comedy effect, really. No, he's much more successful than I am. Yeah, so that's that. Anyway, we've talked for quite a while, a lot about Diagnosis Murder, a lot more than I should. There's one on tomorrow. I recorded one tonight, in fact.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'll watch that tomorrow.
It's on all the time.
Yeah, it's on every day. It's on every day of the week. And it'd be good because tomorrow I'll have 2 episodes. I'll have a
Excellent.
bloody lovely time. But yeah, now we've got time for.
We've just got time.
Yeah.
In this podcast.
This limited amount of time we have before I have to watch my next episode of Diagnosis Murder. This is our interview with Hattie Hayridge, who it's nice to have her this evening. First time we ever had her at Mostly Comedy.
Yeah.
And it was nice to just sort of complete our Holly set.
Yeah,
we also
definitely.
had Norman Lovett a few times. Yeah, and we had a lovely chat with her, and you can listen to it now. We're sat in the Market Theatre with Hattie Hayridge now.
Good evening.
Good evening. Thanks for coming.
Oh, you're welcome.
I take it, so you're already familiar with Hitchin?
Yeah. I've been here for the charity shops.
Oh, really?
It's
With
about
my
all,
aunt.
it's about all there is. Isn't it, really?
Yeah. My aunt, it was one of my aunt's little favourite places to come, so I'd bring her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's my excuse anyway. Force her around charity shops, pretending it was her that wanted to go around the charity shop.
There's actually a lot less charity shops here now than there used to be. I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
once, I used to buy suits in charity shops. I used to be in a band. And the best one, I bought a whole suit, 3-piece suit, for 50p.
Oh,
50p.
oh, 50p?
Yeah,
You can't do that
ridiculous.
Those were the
days.
days.
Yeah, this was back in
That wasn't-
1980. No,
Oh,
it was
1980?
late 90s.
Well, you're older than you look.
I'm 33. So,
Oh, right,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I don't
Oh,
know
it
if
wasn't
I-
the 80s then.
No, it was probably the mid-90s.
You're getting a bit
Just
confused.
feels like it.
I know what you mean. And since the millennium, it's
Yeah.
all been a blur to me,
Yeah.
to be honest.
And it's confusing as well, isn't it? Because
50p, I won't do
That's
that now.
crazy.
I know. Yeah, it's
No.
ridiculous. That's the
Because
best.
they all have managers now that drive around in BMWs and everything.
Yeah.
It's charity shops.
That's it. Any road.
Oh, we can carry on charity shop.
We could do.
My
The
nan
other-
works for a charity shop. Well, she used to.
Oh, really?
Worked for Garden House Hospice. Yeah.
Not anymore.
Oh, hospice
Not
ones
anymore.
are good.
Yeah. No, she's very good. She's get cold though, standing there in the winter. Apparently.
Oh, really? Didn't I have
Yes.
windows? Or...
It obviously had no
doors?
heating. I don't know, but she
Okay.
used to get cold. Bless her. But
Is that why she gave it up?
yes, it is.
Oh,
It is.
really?
Yeah, it is,
That's a bit
actually,
mean.
yeah.
They could have put the heating
I know.
on.
As you
Yeah.
say, managers being paid lots of money, and old
Yeah.
ladies freezing cold. So
Yeah,
not
ridiculous.
very
You could
nice.
have put a coat on.
Yeah,
They
true.
probably had some.
Yeah, they had a few. I suppose. Yeah.
They probably put on layers and layers.
They probably would have charged her for it.
and modelled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to be quite guilty because quite often when I bought stuff in charity shops, I'd ask for a receipt, and then
Oh, what, for tax?
Was sort yeah.
For tax
But it-
purposes?
I know
it
it's
is.
awful.
I suppose
isn't
it's
it?
when
It's
you-
awful.
Oh,
I used
no,
to
no,
get-
if it's for wearing on stage or
Yeah,
something.
that used to be the reason, didn't it? I used to get sort of stuff for costume
Yeah.
from charity shops.
And I suppose they're still gaining because they're still getting the money.
Oh,
from
yeah,
charity.
it's receipt
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yeah. No.
That doesn't harm them, does it?
No, so it's not. I don't feel so guilty.
No,
now. It made me feel better
no.
about it, which is good.
No, that's good. I always feel that when those chuggers come at me, you know, I always
Oh,
think,
yeah.
look, if you can't be asked to open up a charity shop, that's
Yeah.
not my fault. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The amount I spend a week in a charity shop
Yeah.
is much
So-
more than a direct debit it would have been. It's
Yeah.
more than £3 a week.
The other
Yeah.
week I had a really awkward moment with one of them because I sort of because you're an actor, you don't have a lot of money. I think, well, I can't afford to sort of donate. And one of them stopped me. I said, look, I really can't stop. I'm in a hurry. And then I walked to the traffic lights and pressed the button and waited for it to change so I could cross. So there's me saying I was in a
I'm
hurry.
in a hurry, but I'll wait
And then
for
I
the
was
traffic
standing there for 10 minutes. Like,
Yeah,
this
you're
is
in a
intensely
hurry, but you
awkward.
didn't want to risk your life.
No, well, this is
You're
true,
not
yeah.
mad.
Yeah.
You're just in a hurry.
But I did feel very guilty.
Did
His
you kind
eyes.
of stand there? Was he
No.
looking at you? the
Yeah,
whole
his
time?
eyes are boring into me. So very bad. And they work in packs. They're like velociraptors.
Oh,
One on either
yes.
side of the
You get them
road.
all the way down. Unless you don't get them so much in Hitchin. I've had a few in Hitchin,
Right.
but sort of staggered.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
it's nasty.
Very localised talking we're doing.
Yes.
Talking about Hitchin.
Yeah.
Although if they don't, sometimes if they don't ask you, you think, what, do I look like I
Yeah.
can't afford £3 a week? I've gone past them and then none of them
Yeah.
asked me. I think, blimey, what's that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, either you're intimidating or you just look like you're very poor.
Yes.
Just, I don't know.
There's no
don't know what
between.
it is. I was going to ask you. You started in the civil service.
Yeah, that was my first job from school.
Okay.
Yeah,
How
that
did
was
you get
one.
into that? Was it just
Oh,
doing it
what,
as a job?
yeah, I think I wrote the application lying in bed.
Oh, really?
I had five O levels at the time,
Okay.
and they wanted 5 O levels, so it was a
Right.
match made in heaven, really.
Yeah. Didn't Phil Jupiter? Didn't he work in the civil service?
I don't know. It wasn't.
Yes, from what I remember from when we were talking to him, yes,
Yeah,
that does ring a
I
bell.
believe
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had lots of jobs after that, though. That was
Okay.
just the first one from school.
Yeah, he worked in the job centre.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
And I
Mine
think
was
it was
HMSO, sending out the
Ah.
highway code.
Oh, okay.
Sending out the highway code.
Yeah, it was Her Majesty's Stationery Office.
Oh.
Because I thought, oh, I'd be in publishing.
Okay,
It was,
glamorous.
yeah, I'd done there, or the centre, because you could write down which ones you wanted to be in. I put HMSO and Central Office of Information that made films.
Oh,
So I
okay.
was already,
It sounded quite.
yeah.
How
I
long-
obviously had the wrong kind of
view of it.
yeah.
How
Thought
long
it
were
was
you there
Hollywood.
for?
Oh,
Working?
just a year.
Oh, okay. So it really was a very short time.
Yeah.
So basically, we should.
But it was fun, actually.
Was it?
Yeah, it was really fun. You
Yeah.
know, when they have those signs, you don't have to be mad to work here, but that was the real place where you really did.
Right.
The people there were just mad. That was really fun all
mad
the
because
time.
Of the type of, good mad.
Yeah, good mad.
Okay.
They were a real laugh.
Oh, right.
Yeah, the bloke went round singing Marlene Dietrich songs all
Really?
day. There was one bloke that wore camouflage all day before it was trendy, and he had a knife down his boot.
Just
When that was allowed.
Yeah.
When you could just carry knives around like that.
Yeah, I don't know. They were just all and hippies, and
Right.
Wow.
they were a real fun lot. Actually,
you
I
had
only left because I thought I might be here forever.
really?
That
Oh,
would
you
be
made the
terrible.
decision to go somewhere
Yeah.
else.
Do you ever see any of them now, or did you long
No,
lost contact
no.
with them?
Yeah, I have lost contact with them. Yeah.
So what made you start doing comedy? What was the route to it?
Well, it was spontaneous because I had that job. Then I did a secretarial course, so I did secretarial jobs.
Right.
And then I actually liked the job I was in that time as well.
Right.
And I thought I'd better leave then.
Really?
Every time I liked somewhere, I thought I'd better leave, otherwise I'll be here forever.
Was there a kind of ultimate goal then? Or were you just thinking,
No.
I don't really want to do this anymore because I'll get stuck here, I'll do something else?
Yeah.
There wasn't a plan of, I know what I'm going to do next.
No,
It was
I
just
never
sort of-
knew what I wanted to do next.
wow.
I kept going back to the school, actually,
Oh, yeah.
trying to see the careers people. And
Oh, really?
They said, look, you left about 3 years ago. You're not allowed to come back anymore. I go,
Right.
okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So, really? And so so I did a secretarial thing, and then I met people who'd gone to university because I didn't really know any before.
Right, okay.
And I thought, bloody hell, you're not that much of a genius. Because I kept thinking you had to be a genius to go
Right.
to university.
Yeah.
So then I applied to university, and the one interview I didn't turn up for, I got in.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
brilliant.
yeah.
That's the way to do it.
That was for me. That was the way to
Yeah,
do
right,
it. Because it's just like I kept making little smart ass remarks and
Right.
giggling,
Yeah.
and they thought, yeah, I don't think she's a very serious person. but the last one, I said, oh, sorry, I can't come there, and they gave me a place.
Oh, really? How bizarre.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Yeah,
Yeah. What were you studying?
in the end, I did international relations.
That sounds quite exciting.
Yeah, I really liked it.
What
Because
does
I
that entail?
fancied
Yeah.
travelling the world. I wanted to work in embassies or something and
Okay.
travel the world working in embassies. Combine my secretarial skills with travelling and the...
And so did
International
you actually
relations.
get to...
No, I left there and ended up being a temp.
Ah,
And I had worse jobs than before I'd gone to university.
right.
So then I was really a bit pissed
Yeah.
off. And you're thinking, when's she going to get to comedy? That's when I went to a comedy club in Highgate in London, North London.
mm-hmm.
And because I didn't know that the comedy circuit existed really. They said if anyone wants to get up and do something, they can. So yeah, I know.
That sounds
After the
terrifying.
interval, and I'd been moaning to my friend about this terrible day I'd had,
Right.
and it was when mobile phones were new and I didn't know they existed.
Okay.
So there was this little bit of confusion with my boss phoning me from his car.
Oh.
You know,
Was this in the days when mobile phones were very much car oriented?
Yeah, yeah.
I was listening to this today on the radio. Sorry, I was just thinking.
No,
They had talking about Car Phone Warehouse, and it's called the Car Phone.
Yes.
Hasn't it been taken over or something?
Yes.
They were talking about this on the radio about it's still called the Car Phone Warehouse, but only because of when the phones first came out, it was to do with the fact they were
Yeah.
adjusting cars, but they still call themselves that.
Doesn't
Well, I
it
think they
exist
were
as a
so
thing? No.
heavy that you had to lug them round
yeah,
in a
you had
car.
to drive
Fit
them
a
around.
motor
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. It's the only way you can have a mobile
Put
phone.
wheels on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been saying to my friend, I'd been moaning to my friend about this terrible day of temping I'd had with this newfangled car phone that this bloke had rung me up on.
Right.
And I didn't understand what he was talking about because he went, oh, now I've missed my turning. I've just got to stop at a pedestrian crossing. And I just thought he was mental.
Yeah.
And so I'd been moaning at her. And then when they said, does anyone want to, after the interval, get up and want to do something? She said, oh, why don't you do that? So I got up and moaned about that, amongst other things.
Right.
And then these two blokes came up afterwards and said, oh, will you do that at our club?
Oh,
really?
And I said, oh, I don't know what I did.
Right.
So it was in a fortnight's time. So that was a really nerve-wracking fortnight, trying to write something then
Right, yeah.
instead of spontaneously just doing
I was
it.
going to say that because it must be hard because especially if you've just said it, like you know, you wouldn't even consider I'm going to do this again at some point. So
Yeah, and I
every
just
word
thought,
I've just said.
I just thought like I did a parachute jump once. I just thought I'll just do that once. see,
Yeah.
you know.
Try it out.
Yeah.
Was it intimidating that first time? How did it go?
No,
Did
the
you-
first time was fun. After
Right.
that was intimidating.
Oh, okay, yeah. When you got that build up to actually prepare something.
Yeah, it's much worse.
I think that must be with Phil Kay why he probably has a very kind of chilled out. The way he does his stuff is very sort of
he's telling
stories as it sort of has happened.
But I guess that's come from years of doing that.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
But you can see it with Phil Kay sometimes and he said it himself, when he's not relaxed, then it doesn't. You know, you can feel that he's not relaxed. It doesn't work. It's such a sort of baptism of fire he puts himself through.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
I think it's two parts of your brain, remembering and improvising. They're two completely different parts of your brain, I think.
Yeah.
Is your act quite pre-prepared, would you say, or is it a mixture of two?
It is, it is.
Yeah.
I prefer it if I do think up things and go off on one.
Yeah. Well, we quite often find with our stuff, don't we? It's the new lines because we film just about every gig we do.
Yeah.
So quite often the new line that occurs to you at that moment is just sort of fresher and more.
Yeah. I was just thinking it's the sort of thing of when you do prepare it too much, it gets to that point where it can sort of almost feel a bit stale if you've prepared it too much, or it can actually make you more nervous because you're thinking, right, what was the word that I said? Whereas if it's a little bit freer, if you've got a sort of basic, right, this is what we're trying to get across, let's work off of that, then it sort of feels a little bit easier. Yeah. Because the more placed it is and the more prepared it is, the more I feel more nervous in a sense. You know?
And I've always found when we write stuff, because we're a double act, we sometimes talk about typing up a script, and the minute we do that, that's too official for me. I like to have these little sort of scribbly things, because I feel it's a little bit freer then, and it's not precise, and so that's the way we work anyway. Yeah. But so what happened after that then? Did you start gigging more around, or?
I did gigging around, and then I went up to Edinburgh, not to do a whole show. I just went up there, then at that time you could actually do open spots in people's shows. You know, if they were doing like a cabaret show or something, you could just do open spots.
Okay.
So I did that, and I got seen by almost everyone going up to Edinburgh because, I kept doing open spots at this place where everyone gathered at night.
Right. Okay.
So I got seen by a lot of the people that were booking at that point. So it all went really quickly.
Okay. Was it easier, do you think, to get gigs then than it is now? I mean,
it might have been. I mean, in numbers, it was probably there was less clubs.
Right. Yeah.
But there were also less people, so maybe percentage-wise, I'm not sure. But there's so many people now. Yeah. Yeah.
What audience you mean, or actual acts, clubs and
acts,
and acts,
yeah, and I think the number of clubs is actually diminishing again, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've always been quite lucky here, actually, haven't we? Because getting numbers, audience-wise and stuff, much better than when we do.
I think it's
in London.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I think in London there's just so much comedy going on. It feels very difficult to get, particularly if you're just above a pub somewhere. It just feels harder to get an audience. I think we're quite lucky being in this sort of out of London town where there's not a lot of comedy on a regular basis, so you get that sort of audience one-off, especially when it's once a month. I think that helps as well.
Yeah, definitely. So how did, I'm sure it's a question you've been asked 1,000 times, but how did Red Dwarf come about? Because obviously that's one of the things you're very much...
Was that very soon after?
Yeah, I'd only been doing stand-up from that first gig for about a year.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Actually, I got put on Friday Night Live when I was still doing open spots.
Oh, okay, really?
Yeah, I was the night after, because it was on a Friday. I remember because it was called Friday Night Live. And I had an open spot on the Saturday, and I said, I can't do that open spot. I'm going to feel so embarrassed having done the Friday Night Live. So then they made it a short spot.
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't introduced as an open spot straight after I'd done live telly.
Right,
yeah. So did they pick you up then from Red Dwarf?
Yeah,
from doing
they saw
stand-up?
me on. They saw me on Friday Night Live.
Oh.
Because they were looking to cast the one episode where they had a female equivalent of all the crew.
Oh, right.
And then I got this review in Time Out that said I was like a female Norman Lovett.
But
I'd never actually seen him at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to see him because I was described as a female Norman Lovett.
Oh, really? Right. Did you agree? Did you feel that your
don't know, because in my head I talk really quick.
Right.
Yeah, he's kind of the complete opposite of that, isn't he, I suppose?
Yeah.
So
I mean, maybe I do. When I listen to it back, because I record it all, usually I think, oh, God, that's so slow. Right. But in my head it feels really quick.
So did you, when you went in and did it, had you watched him playing Holly?
No, they just gave me the part.
Oh, really?
On the for that episode, for that one episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, because so only series 1 had gone out because that was the last episode of series 2, so they were still filming series 2.
Right, okay.
So I hadn't seen it at all.
No.
And Norman lent me the videos that he'd recorded himself off the telly.
Oh, really?
Right.
Brilliant.
Because it wasn't out on video at that point.
No, of course, yeah.
So,
How bizarre.
yeah, so then I watched them and thought, oh, this is brilliant.
Was it, I mean, the whole thing, I mean, doing the stand-up and doing things like Red Dwarf, was it even a surprise to yourself if you'd never really intended maybe to perform or do comedy?
Yeah,
So
I mean, it was a perfect part for me. I'd done
Yeah.
drama evening classes,
Oh, okay.
but it was a perfect part for me in the fact that, you know, I didn't have to move anywhere
Yeah.
and had to face the camera.
Right.
And I remember we were talking to Norman about this, but did you sit like he was doing, sort of away from everyone else in a sort of separate bit of the studio? I'm sure he said he was sort of not in front of
Sort
the
of alone
audience.
with the camera.
Oh,
alone
no,
with
I
the
was in
camera.
front of the audience.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
But away from sort of where everything else was going on.
Well, they'd have like 3 sets, and I'd just be in a little gap in between,
Oh,
so I was
right.
facing the audience.
Oh, so you could see the audience. And
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Oh, right. And could you see what they were doing on a monitor or something?
Yeah, I could see what they were doing on a monitor. Yeah,
Oh, fair.
and because you know, I'd been there 6 days rehearsing as well. Anyway,
Right, that's true, yeah.
Yeah.
so
Was it in Manchester you used to film it, or was it in...
yeah, filmed it in Manchester,
Right.
rehearsed in Acton.
Oh, okay.
West
Norman was
London.
saying that. A lot of things used to rehearse in Acton, didn't they?
Yeah,
Film,
it was a classic thing. Yeah.
That's that where you rehearsed? Is that the same sort of area?
Yeah, but it's not there anymore. But I used to
Oh,
rehearse
right.
for... we used to do a Buddy Holly show, and I played
Oh,
Buddy Holly,
right.
and I used to
Oh.
rehearse around there, yeah. So, is being associated with Red Dwarf, is it still a good thing? Is it?
Oh yeah, I really
you are
like it. Yeah.
Which is
I
good.
think it's lucky to have been in something that was, you know, classic like that and really good.
Yeah,
so.
definitely. And I know Norman said a similar sort of thing. I
Yeah.
think, you know, why would you not be pleased to be associated with something that's
Yeah.
so really well loved?
I felt bad when we first met Norman because I think I came in to Red Dwarf watching it when you were in it, so I don't think
Right.
I'd seen Norman do it. That I knew that he'd done it, and I think I'd probably seen the odd episode, but I think I'd
Showing
really,
our age.
I'd start,
Young age.
exactly. Kind of got into it when I think by was it series
Series
3?
three, yeah.
When I sort of started getting into it. So I was sort of had to go back and watch earlier episodes before Norman came because I felt a bit guilty thinking I haven't actually seen him do it.
He was in 1 and 2. I'm sure he told you he was the one that moved it up from a voiceover. It was meant to be a voiceover.
Yeah, he was saying,
Yeah.
And he was right. I mean, so
Yeah.
right, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because that'd be so sort of distanced
Yeah.
and not really work. You'd feel
Yeah.
really sort of strange.
As it turns out, we've both done exactly the same number of episodes, 19.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's quite nice.
So that is good, yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So no one's winning then. You're equal,
No,
equal
exactly.
score.
No.
Yeah.
And they didn't because they didn't have the more recent stuff. They haven't had it.
No.
have they? They sort of-
No. They
It's
haven't
I
had
don't
any.
understand why. Though. I don't quite understand the logic behind that.
I think Crichton took over a lot of Holly's kind of things,
I
explaining
see.
stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, when they said that they weren't going to have Holly anymore, when they said to me, you know, they said that they felt it slowed it down.
Oh,
Them
okay.
having to all stand around the screen and talk to Holly,
Right.
Yeah.
whereas they wanted them all like action, running around.
Oh, okay.
It all got quite sort of.
It got very
actiony,
actiony,
didn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Special effects and explosions.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
things.
Didn't
yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think they wanted to have all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And probably in the dream world of having a film, you know.
Yeah. Because it sort of went more down the sci-fi route, I think,
Yeah.
as it went on, rather than.
Yeah, which I kind of like that nice balance of the comedy and the sci-fi. I think the sort of the more recent stuff. I think it has been.
Where
Yeah,
it's sort of like-
Series
If you
10
like-
kind of went back to it
Yeah.
a lot, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah,
I think it's much nicer when it's a sitcom that just happens to be based in space.
Yeah.
rather than,
yeah,
I mean, for a while it was called Steptoe in Space.
yeah.
It's funny because
I mean, it was not officially. I
No, I
don't
was
think.
going to say.
I was thinking, I don't remember that title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Wilfred
They
Bramble.
got Series 11 coming out.
Oh, are they doing that?
Yeah, I think it's filming in about October.
Oh right.
How many years
But
has it
that's
been
with the
going
main
now?
boys.
When did it start? Was it 80?
87, I think, because I joined in 88.
It must be pretty much the longest running sitcom then, because obviously Only Fools and Horses ran for years, but
Yeah, I suppose it is, isn't it?
yeah.
There's still so many conventions and various
Yeah.
things, isn't there? I see pictures on Twitter and all sorts all the time. Do you do many of those?
Well, this year I've done a few already.
Hmm.
I usually did about 2 or 3 a year, but this year some of us have been to Australia.
Oh,
Wow.
really?
Yeah, that's good.
So it's really travelled then as a
yeah,
series.
yeah. I think I'm doing one in Prague.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we travel about.
Yeah.
all over.
It's amazing, isn't it, for something to have that sort of
Yeah,
life
it's great.
after the
Oh,
programme.
Japan I've done,
Really?
of course.
Nice.
And I presume you must have had no idea when you were doing it that it would be something that would last for so long and still have people still be talking about it now.
No. I mean, we were the most we thought it might get a BAFTA. You know, if it was a particularly a good bit, you know,
Yeah.
if they took the filming really, really seriously,
Yeah.
they'd all the boys would start shouting BAFTA,
Yeah.
BAFTA.
And it must have won a few.
I don't think it did.
Oh, did it not? Okay.
I think special effects might have won
Right.
It was
a
quite
BAFTA.
at the time, I think, for a programme, the time it was made, it was very ahead of its time with the special effects.
The
and
models are really
and-
good.
Yeah.
All the ships and stuff. They look really, it's aged very well, I think, actually.
If it won
Yeah.
anything, it won it for the special effects and model making.
Yeah.
Did you see much of that being done?
Oh yeah, because
That
they were
was-
there. Sometimes there was a bloke inside it. You know.
Oh, really?
it'd be-
Oh, really?
It was nothing computer generated.
No, that's the thing, isn't it?
It was all a bloke kneeling on the floor with some,
Right.
horrible rubber mat over him or something,
Excellent.
and with his arm up with a sort of tentacle. And a lot of those things, as soon as they stopped filming, the thing just collapsed.
Oh, really?
And they
Oh,
go,
really?
"Can we take that again?" They go, "No, it's just collapsed."
I'm now thinking of that episode. Is that the one with there was Crichton and the
Yeah, the blob. That's the one
Oh,
I was
That's the one
thinking
I'm
of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the tentacle thing coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking of when
Yeah.
I said it.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah.
I wonder what happened to all the models of the ships and stuff. Whether I mean, obviously they still make it now, but what happened to them? Because I imagine they must be
Yeah.
worth a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. They've probably got crunched down, or they're
Probably, yeah.
going the rounds on eBay.
Yeah, perhaps we should have a look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love. There's so many questions. I love Red Dwarf. I have so many questions. I like things like I'd love to know how many faces Robert Llewellyn's worn.
Oh yeah,
over the years.
yeah.
I'm
They're
assuming 'cause it
different
must be
ones.
different
Different
ones and-
makeup.
Yeah.
People have created different ones.
Yeah.
I mean, the breakthrough for him was when he used to have to sit there and then have all the rubber put on him.
Right.
Then they'd put the makeup on top of that,
Oh god.
Oh, really?
and which was like 5 hours before the rest of us even got there.
Oh,
Right.
really?
He'd
Been
be
there like-
in at like 4 a.m, and then someone the next year, the makeup person suggested, why don't we, put all the makeup on the thing and then put it on your face?
Oh, really?
And that saved him like 3 hours.
How many series was that in? They actually realised
Yeah,
that. Suddenly
right.
realised that. It's like
2
last
series in, probably.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
God.
2 series. Me and him joined the same time. So.
Oh, really? Because
Oh,
there was
yeah.
one. There was
Yeah.
a Crichton before, wasn't
Yes.
there? There was
Yeah.
just one episode. Or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. We probably better draw to a close
Yes.
because we're running close to.
Oh,
the
this
end
is
of time.
15 minutes fast. I always have my
Oh, is
watch
it?
15
That's
minutes
that's
fast.
very
are
forward
actually.
I'm in
thinking.
my own time-space continuum.
But thanks for talking to us.
Yeah,
Oh,
thank you.
you're
Come
welcome. Thank you.
So that was Hattie Hayridge.
Yes, indeed.
Bloody was.
Yeah. I just wanted to point out I was a little bit starstruck
Yeah.
by her.
See it in your eyes.
Yeah. There was stars in my eyes.
Yeah, literally. Like
Yeah.
you've been struck by them.
Yeah. It was a little bit like that. But I think I played it cool enough.
Yeah, you were okay. I think only I would know because I know your eyes.
Yeah.
I do gaze into them quite a lot.
You do.
No, it was lovely to have her
Yeah.
here. First time she's obviously been here. And she was really lovely as well. She was very easy to talk to. We had a long chat afterwards about stuff, didn't we?
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
nice to have her here. So yeah, thank you for listening to this episode of the podcast. As we say every time at about this point, there are 11 episodes in front of this one.
Please do listen to those because they are worth a listen.
Definitely.
One listen.
Just one listen.
Yeah.
Just stop it halfway through when you've heard what you want to hear. But
Yeah.
as we say every time, people like Richard Herring, Norman Lovett, of course, the other Holly,
Sean Hughes.
Phil Kay,
Yep.
Phil Jupitus,
Uh-huh.
and lots of other people probably with the name Phil.
Yep.
It's worth having listening. It's free. So
Yeah.
what you might as well.
Nothing to lose.
No, next month, Mostly Comedy, if you happen to be listening to this at the right time of the year, we have James Acaster and Nish Kumar previewing their new Edinburgh shows. That's on June the 19th. We also run our London Mostly Comedy again. We've got Richard Herring coming to that, James coming to that as well. We've got Stuart Lee coming in a couple of months, so come down and see the bloody
Come
thing.
down to Hitchin's Mostly Comedy or London's Mostly Comedy, either one.
Yeah, or both. Come to both.
Yeah.
Just do that.
Why not?
Most of them are sort of around the same sort of week as well,
Yeah.
so you know.
So check out us. We're on. I was going to say we're on the internet, like it's a brand new thing. Mostlycomedy.co.uk.
Yeah, follow us on Twitter at Doggett Ephgrave. Follow our separate Twitter accounts at David_Ephgrave and at Glyn Doggett.
At Glyn Doggett, no underscore.
No underscore for some reason. I just thought it made, I wanted to make a feature of my two names.
Did you?
In fact, we've already talked about this on a previous podcast,
Yeah.
and I told you that just listen to the other ones and you'll find out why I
Yeah.
went for that underscore. Thank you for listening. hopefully have your ears listening to us again very, very soon.
Look forward to that.
Look forward to those ears. Bye now.